Many of us are actually struggling to get the body that we want, to lose the weight that we need to lose, to get out of pain, and to ultimately feel good in our body because we refuse to be bored. Now, what I mean by this is many of us think that, well, if I want to achieve something in life, when I do that, I want it to be fun and exciting and always feel like a new challenge and something inspirational and motivational. But the catch 22 for most of us is if we want to achieve anything of greatness or even just improvement, what we often have to actually do is commit to the simple, basic shit. And unfortunately, over time, simple, basic shit feels very boring. But on the plus side of that, allowing yourself to be bored, and you may not actually necessarily experience it as actual boredom, but allowing yourself to actually engage in the boring and the repetitive and the same old thing day by day is what actually allows you to move towards results in a more powerful way. You want to lose weight? Cool. Do the same shit day in, day out. Sounds boring, but guess what? Gets results. If you want to earn more money, guess what? 9 times out of 10, we have to repeat the same shit day in, day out. Now, of course, what those specific things are is going to depend upon the specific result that you want. But when we keep trying to do new different things and keep trying to find the magic pill, oh, maybe I'll try nutrition, or maybe I'll try this diet, or maybe I'll try this exercise plan, or maybe this recovery protocol. Oh, now everyone's jumping in ice baths. Maybe that's the way forward because they say it reduces inflammation, which helps speed up my metabolism, which helps me burn more fat. And the catch is when we keep jumping from fad to fad, from gimmick to gimmick, we find that, yes, it feels exciting because it feels like we're doing lots of different things to try and move towards our goal. But what we actually find is that we're not moving towards our goal. And the reason for that is that we won't commit to the boring shit. Now, as I said earlier, you yourself might not find it boring if you were to actually engage in it. But when I say boring shit, what I just mean is commit to repeating the basics day in, day out. Oh, so you want to lose weight? Cool. Guess what? That means we have to eat healthy, ideally 3 times a day, sometimes 4 for the average person. Do that. If you want to have an odd treat here or there, cool. That's generally not a problem. But commit to eating healthy 3 to 4 times a day. Oh, you want to lose fat? Cool. Commit to exercising 3 to 6 times a week. Again, that's going to depend where you're at in your current journey. But for most people, particularly if they're beginners, 2 to 3 times a week to get started will get you onto the treadmill. It will get you onto the pathway to actually achieving some results, to actually burning some fat, to improving your fitness, to improving your strength, and therefore improving the way your body looks and how you feel about it, and therefore elevating confidence, elevating self-esteem, elevating certainty in self, elevating your power so that you can do more and get more shit done in other areas of life. But unless we commit to the basics, oh, okay, cool. So I'm just going to repeat this pattern every week, am I? Of just going to the gym or doing some exercise 2 to 3 times a week? Yeah, repeat it over and over and over again until you're bored of it. And I say until you're bored of it because that shows that you've made a commitment. That commitment is what essentially guarantees a result on the back end. Same with our sleep. Oh, well, it's boring to go to bed at 10 o'clock every night, Ty. Well, you don't necessarily have to, but if you want good results and good recovery, that's going to serve you better than staying up till midnight or beyond binge watching Netflix every night. Of course, in the moment, Netflix feels and sounds more exciting, particularly if it's Netflix and chill. But why not go to bed and have the chill aspect and then get good recovery as well? That way you'll get the body you want without them feeling resentful to yourself or regretful for doing things for an extended period of time that didn't really serve you. Because let's face it, we could watch Netflix before all that other shit, still get the good recovery and get the body that we want. So as I say, commit to the basics. Don't think it has to be fun or fancy and I need fancy food so that it's exciting and so I'm looking forward to it all the time. That can be part of it, but it doesn't want to be the goal. The goal wants to be to keep this shit as simple as possible because if we simplify, we can multiply. But most of us, unfortunately, we're not willing to simplify it. We want it to be fancy and to be complicated or complex because if it's complex and I manage to get there, it feels like a greater achievement. But the problem is you're worn out, bored of the process and fed up with the whole thing because it was a constant struggle. So therefore, you see the idea or the game of health as being a constant, continuous struggle because I was doing this and then I was doing that. And then I found that I just couldn't keep up with this part and that part. And then my friend, they seemed to find it so much easier than I did. But for some reason, when I tried to do what they were doing and then what my other friend was doing, I just couldn't keep up. And that's the problem. We try to do too many things. So commit to the boring. The boring is what brings results, and the results is what brings the ability for you to maintain momentum and maintain commitment. But we won't maintain the commitment if we're not getting the results, because it feels like it's a waste of time. So as I say, in order to get those results, commit to being bored, because that is where results are made. Just do the same simple things. Of course, over time, yes, you might want to vary it. Maybe every 4 to 6 weeks, you actually switch up the program you're doing. Maybe over time, you do tweak and adapt your diet so that you enjoy it more. But in the beginning, we just want things to be simple, basic. We want it to be both attainable and maintainable. Because if it's something you can do without too much stress, strain, struggle, or feeling like there's overwhelming chaos, we're more likely to keep doing it. And there again, we're more likely to get results, because ultimately this whole game is about results. It's not about the effort you put in. And of course, the effort you put in, the things you do, you go through a transformation of self. That's great. But ultimately, you only want to go through this transformation of self because there's a particular result that you want on the back end. So it's one thing to say, oh, well, I did this and I did that, but without the result, this and that was just a waste of time. So commit to an outcome and commit to an input that you can just repeat daily over and over and over again, and then have your fun outside of that repeatable rhythm and routine that you've set for yourself in order to achieve your health and body transformation results. Now, of course, if you want any more information on this, as always, like I tell you guys, drop a comment below, ask me any questions you have. I'll come back with another video answering them for you, making sure that you can then move forward in power and in certainty and with the confidence that you need to keep taking action. And if not, if you want to check us out at strongerthanlife.com, you'll find out more information about what we do and, of course, how you can work with me if that's something you wish. And if not, as always, guys, I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for you giving me your time, and I look forward to chatting with you next time. Take it easy.